is June 11th, 2026, 2:22 a.m. And I have been having a very hard time for more than 30 years now. Just about 31 years now. Actually, the trouble started 2 weeks before I was born. My mother's best friend died in a car accident. 2 weeks before or after I was born. I don't remember. 2 weeks after. It's funny because 2 weeks is the amount of time people can tolerate me in a relationship. I kicked off this year, 2026, by hooking up with the guy that broke up with me after 2 weeks. It was terrible. It started out awkward. He was very nervous. I was very nervous. It was weird seeing him. 'Cause, I don't know. I've always really liked him. Thought he was great. He got a little too excited. And, yeah. I didn't see him again after that. I tried to, but guys these days, they don't listen. They just go. It's, their minds made up. Every single one I've ever met, they don't listen. In 2024, I started going for walks with my auntie and cousin. Walks and hikes. Weekly. Saw a lot of places that I'd never been before. Just started reconnecting with family. Opening up. And that felt really good. Then my uncle went and died. He was the only one down to go bird watching with me. He always creeped me out and made me uncomfortable. And something always felt off or wrong, or I was just in my head. I don't know. Psychologically fucked up and all over the place. Anyway, I became very antisocial towards my family after some point. Probably after I started developing a giant chest. Because I'd been so uncomfortable in my body for so long. Yeah. But he died. And that side of the family closed back up again. And I felt still very much on the outside looking in. Didn't get enough time to, I don't know. less than a year later, his youngest granddaughter died. He was 70, she was 7. And the bridge became narrower and longer. And as I developed my class consciousness, it became clear to me why there's always been such a big gap between me and the rest of my family. I would have loved to grow up in a house, the same house, same neighborhood. Well, there were no other girls in my neighborhood, or I don't know. I didn't have friends outside of school. I got bullied to the point of shutdown, to the point of memory loss, or something happened that made me lose my memory. Or, I don't know, my brain just didn't store anything before a certain point. Except, I don't know. On my bedroom wall, I used to imagine that I could pull out little filing cabinets, replay dreams that I liked. Now I spend most of my time dreaming, sleeping. It's hard to stay awake when you've got nothing to really motivate you. It's no fun. So, hooked up with that guy. Unmitigated disaster. Tried for a while to get through to him. Because, I don't know. You gotta try. But he didn't want to hear anything I had to say. He didn't want to see me again. I did probably make him feel pretty embarrassed. Not because of the finishing before starting, but because he's red pilled, and I was like, dude, no, you're being an idiot. Sorry, but can't not do it. I told him he's red pilled and didn't, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, fast forward to April. Actually, reverse, back up. I made my very first Tinder account. Made Tinder for the first time in my life. Having never used a dating app or anything before. It was time. I was 30, lonely as fuck, living alone. Finally had my own place, away from my parents. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can finally finally just go have fun without anyone prying. Or without anyone seeing the way that I lived. Although, the way that I live now is somewhere between hot mess and freak fucking loser. Pathetic and falling apart at the seams. Maybe I'm too hard on myself. But I didn't do the dishes before I left for 8 days. Because everything has just been terrible. But I made Tinder, and then it asked for facial recognition, and I was like, okay, fuck that. And then the guy messaged me, and then started flirting, and I was like, alright, fuck it, let's go. After the very awkward encounter, nothing till April. And then I was like, alright, fuck it. Time for Tinder. I want to get laid. Matched with a few people. Chatted. Made plans for coffee. Didn't work out. And then I was sitting by the river one day, and one of my matches was like, what are you doing tomorrow? We agreed to get coffee. We have a lovely first meeting. I end up kissing him because I just need physical intimacy, and it's just I don't know. I end up deleting Tinder and then reinstalling. A week later, I match with the same guy again after this is the whole idea, but I end up inviting this guy back to my place, and then we hook up, and then I end up meeting and hooking up with 3 guys in 5 days. I left room for Jesus. It was motorcycle guy, 1 day off. Fighter, another day off. Chef. And then I told motorcycle guy it's not gonna work out. I don't like motorcycles that much. I don't want to drive out of town on a motorcycle. Too scary. Made plans to see the fighter, but I faked food poisoning because I didn't want to follow through with my promise to give him a blowjob. Because I don't want some guy stick in my mouth unless I intend to marry him. And I think that's a pretty okay rule to have. But then couldn't do next weekend, and then he canceled the weekend after, and then this past weekend was my cousin's engagement party, and I thought we were going to be staying down there for 2 whole days, but I ended up telling my auntie that I don't think my cousin should marry this guy. And, yeah. Then the plans changed. Actually, I asked my mom for $20 only 2 days after asking my mom for $20. And it didn't work out. I ended up walking home in my Birkenstocks and hurting my feet really bad. And I ran out of water so fast because I didn't fill my water bottle. Just got this big ass fucking water bottle, didn't fill it up before walking home from my parents' house. Oops. It's okay. I had money for coffee at 7-Eleven, and the guy let me make an extra large iced coffee. Because I'm a princess and I can do whatever I want. Which I learned when, I don't know. I'm not a princess. I didn't even watch the princess movies when I was growing up. I didn't like them. I watched the animal movies and the dinosaur movies. I just have good values. I did not ruin the engagement party, although I was not dressed for the occasion. And my scars were showing. Oops. That probably was a bummer for my family. I think I just really hate them for being so fragmented and fake, torn apart and kept apart, separated by the class divide, and just fear. I think people look at me and I don't know what they see. I don't know how they feel. I still don't feel like a real person most of the time. That's just how it's always been. And so I did not end up contacting the fighter to hang out when I was in that part of the island because I didn't have time and I just wanted to go home. I had one whole day to get my shit together. Didn't have to be here dog sitting until 5 p.m. on Monday. I had a doctor's appointment at 4:45 on Monday, so I didn't get here until 20 after or something. But didn't talk to my doctor about all the things that I need to talk to my doctor about because I was having a very bad day. I ended up, when I went to pick up my coffee, it slipped out of my hands and went flying all over the place, and I broke down because I had just come back from a family thing. And being in the car with my parents and my grandfather, I needed to decompress and I didn't have any time. I did my laundry the day of, and it was still in the dryer when my ride got to my apartment to pick me up. Told her I needed 10 more minutes. I took 20 more minutes. Came crashing down with all my stuff. I packed up all my painting stuff. I haven't painted yet, but we'll see how that goes tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I ended up just throwing all of my clothes in my duffel bag. Not packing well at all. I had a duffel bag, a basket full of stuff, and another bag. And I had to go drop off my stuff before my doctor's appointment because I had to take a cab from the doctor's appointment because mental health rides are only until 4:30. What a great fucking system. So I was in a rush, I was stressed, I had broken down because of the coffee in the family. Instead of getting my shit together, I stopped and participated in an unhealthy coping mechanism. 21 minutes and 50 seconds. I wish I could cut so much out, but I don't know how to edit videos. I should just start over. Or stop. Why am I doing this? Because I'm insane. I lied about... I didn't lie. I have been dedicated to staying away. And I did. But it still hurts a lot. And there are days when I don't eat enough, I don't drink enough water, I haven't been taking care of myself, and my needs are in the red, and I have no support, and I just I'll start over.